All right. Favorite topic for me is yield. I think crypto is powered by yield. Apparently, banks don't understand that we can generate yield on chain. They're figuring it out very painfully. Yield is everything. Solana staking is around 8%, between 8 and 9. And to the point you made previously, Bitcoin doesn't have organic yield, and so you have to use a lot of financial engineering, preferreds, convertibles, in an ability to increase your essentially your Solana to share. But now you have another ability to generate that MNAV. When we talked about in the past, the multiple to NAV, and that's through yield. And so, tell us about how you're going to use this other incredible vertical called yield to generate your multiple to NAV.
Yeah. So, first thing to understand with where the yield comes from, let's just start with the 8% kind of headline number for Solana. There's that has two subcomponents to it. One is inflation, which today on Solana inflation is roughly 4% approximately, 4% and change. And that's obviously like new issuance, which means if you are not staking, then you are not receiving part of that yield. So there is, that's not like strictly organic economic activity, but it is nominally yield. The second component of that is comes from transaction fees, and that's roughly the other 4%. And that 4% comes from users of the Solana blockchain all over the world paying transaction fees to use the system. Solana is very famous for transaction fees being very low. It's like a hundredth of a penny or something like that to transact on Solana. And some of that is the hundredth of a penny. Solana is running 1,500 transactions per second, roughly, of demand load. And so that obviously adds up very quickly. But then the other component of that is when specifically traders pay to basically accelerate their transactions. And so there's kind of like a pay for priority mechanism in Solana. And often those transaction fees can be thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars for a single transaction. Again, all of that will flow to stakers. So, those are the two sources of yield. And that adds up to like roughly 7 billion annualized, something like that for Solana mainnet today. And that's paid out as free cash flow, effectively as free cash flow every 2.5 days to stakers. So it's not like some fake number. Like this is going to your pocket as a Solana staker, and obviously as a shareholder, that will be directly reflected in the balance sheet of the company.
Do you have a target number of Solana as a percentage that you want to acquire, and how does that revenue, like what's your goal on staking revenue and as you mature?
Yeah, I mean, today, look, Forward Industries, we disclosed recently we own about 6.8 million SOL. We are staking it. And so, that's producing, you just kind of assume 7 to 8% kind of headline number on yield. So you can do the math. There's like roughly 100 million or so in revenue coming from that. Pretty straightforward. So that's kind of the revenue of the business today. Our expenses are obviously very low.